is going on, everybody? It's a beautiful day today here in Miami, Oklahoma. Today we found the 2023 Newell, California show coach. And we're hanging out with Phil Cornelius. How you doing today, sir?
All right, Andrew. Good to see you.
Likewise, this is quite the coach we're looking at. What's the story on this coach, sir?
Yeah, this is a 2000, like you said, this is a 2023 show coach. It was scheduled to be a show coach, but the supply and demand has changed over the last couple of years, so we've already sold it. The stipulation is that if they buy the show coach, they have to let us use it for 60 days to show it either at some events or at our facility here in Oklahoma.
That sounds like a perfect opportunity to show the folks out on YouTube this beautiful show coach. You think we can give them a look?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
So this paint scheme right out of the gate, I've got to give everybody a close-up of this paint scheme. I love this pattern in here, and then you can see the drop shadows. And as we step away from the coach, there's just so much depth in this paint job. Absolutely stunning coach. But what else is going on with this coach, sir?
Yeah, once we get outside, you'll be able to see some more of the detail especially in this blue area. It's just gorgeous. Pops when the sun hits it. It's just fantastic. Ryan and working with Tim and his team here at Newell, they did a fantastic job as usual. As you can see, this is the mid-entry. We've talked about the mid-entry before. I'll go into more detail on some of the advantages of it, but we're doing about 35% mid-entry now.
I love that the paint design extends to the front of the coach. But what's some of the equipment on this coach, and what's going on in these basement bays?
You'll notice that we've got the new latches for the bays now. Instead of a large latch in the middle, it's just a push button.
Yes, sir.
I need to unlock it.
So these bays do lock when the rest of the coach locks all by the push of a button?
Yes. Push button, opens up, folds up. This way the door is not folding out into your entertainment area. It collapses. We've got remote control slides.
And I see that big power washer gun. We'll show everybody that. Yeah. There's some goodies there that we're going to show everybody when we get to the other side. But I love how it's all polished out around the edges and how everything is finished out.
Now on the mid-entry, instead of two bays, we actually have 3 bays. You've got 2 smaller bays, one here and one on the other side of the door there.
3 full pass-through bays.
Yes, 3 full pass-through bays. The slide. Now this, on the mid-entry, your entertainment bay is going to be this area. You have the TV. I won't take the whole dust cover off, but you can see you've got the big screen.
Large TV. And then what's going on back here behind these access panels?
You're going to have your aqua hot as well as your macerator. The macerator hose for the holding tank is on this side.
And that's the 675D, that's the big boy.
That's the big one.
Here, just that push button, so effortless. This is a manual tray, a little different style. You just latch that, so industrial. Here's the fuel bay. We can tell because there's a camera right here, so when you're pulling your coach out up next to a fuel pump, you can look from the cockpit and make sure it's
convenient. I was on a trip this past week and stopped 2 or 3 times, and it helps to have that. Especially those buttons bifocal.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's that diesel fuel tank. And what's the carrying capacity on this diesel?
200 gallons, and then you have 15 gallons of diesel exhaust fluid as well.
Yeah, you can go a lot of miles, 200 gallons of diesel. And I like that it's secure in there. With rising fuel prices, we have to worry about diesel fuel theft. It's locked behind this bifolding door. Would make it very tough for thieves to get to.
Well, and you also eliminate the spillage on the side of the coach. You've got, it's cleaner, so having it underneath the door has several advantages.
You don't have a gas door that you have to look at.
Right. The door opens up to the engine bay from the side.
Yeah, there's a side look at that Cummins X15, and then of course the power washer, one of my favorite parts about this coach. And you even have a little switch here where you can turn your deionized water on and off, as well as your electric pressure washer, and that's going to be right here. We do have a fire extinguisher back here as well. So the most powerful engine in the motorhome industry, the Cummins X15, 605 horsepower, 1,950 foot-pounds of torque. And I love how you guys finish everything off with all that polished stainless.
Still have plenty of room to access the engine and its components. Air hose that goes all the way to the front.
And there's a multiplier, so you can
there it is.
air
Pressure
up your tires.
multiplier, you flip that and you've got plenty of pressure to air up your tires. A lot of power, as you've already mentioned. You know, compare a 605 versus a 500 horsepower with 1,750 pounds of torque, 1,950 pounds of torque. No question, it's got more power. Look at the size of that hitch also.
Also the industry leader in towing, 25,000 pounds of towing capacity. The only Class A that I know of that can tow that much.
That's right. Fit in now for if you had a large trailer, but we've also got an adapter that breaks it down to for a tow car. Well, we've got the other side for the fuel and the diesel exhaust fluid.
So clean.
We got a little bib there. That diesel exhaust fluid can get pretty messy, so we put a little bib in here to fit off the stainless. It's easy to clean, but it just looks bad.
Yeah.
Get it on there. Same camera on this side as well.
Yes, sir. And then I see more cameras up here as well. Cameras in the rear views, cameras all over. We're going to show everyone when we get inside the coach.
This has got the 360 camera system, and then when we get in the coach, we'll show you the location of the screens, which I think you'll find is pretty cool. The pass-through bay behind the entry door that comes both sides. This is our electrical bay. On the front entry, it's on the other side. On the mid-entry, you've got it here. This is removable. Allows our guys to get in if they need to service the electrical bay.
Yeah, with the new N1 system.
It does. Notice no fuses. All resettable. Same screen out here that we have on the inside. Plumbing bay with a manifold system for distribution of the water. And the sewer hose, it's very simple. When it comes to this type of thing, you want it to be simple.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to have to push buttons or rely on air pressure or anything. You want it simple. And to keep it sanitary, we've got the regular valve, the electric valve for the dump, but we've also got a knife valve at the head. And then here is the 110 volt pump and a 12 volt backup. Got a heater, electric heater inside with thermostat control over here. You can see it's easy to access all of our tanks. They're not crammed in there where you can't get your tools if you need to. Braided stainless steel coming off the manifold system. You can even feel in there, and it's warm. So you've got ambient heat to help you during the winter if you're in frigid conditions.
Yes, sir.
This is the other side of the two pass-through bays. We've got the DI system installed here. Always good to have a little extra depth. We do have the remote control that allows you to come out either side. And if for some reason the remote stopped working, you've got the manual switch as well.
Yes, sir.
Same thing on this.
There's an industrial grade power washing hose and wand. And what comes inside of this bin here?
Well, that's what I wanted to show you. It's always good to be prepared when traveling, and so we include a parts kit. It has belts, fuses if they're needed. We want you to have everything that you need if you did have a problem. It's always good to carry tools. Everybody has to choose what they want to do in that regard. We've got central vac hoses and attachments here. Another fuse panel up here. I won't open it up, but it's got a legend so that you can know what fuses go to the cockpit area.
Yes, sir.
We've got two air pumps, auxiliary air pumps. That way, if one fails, you can toggle over to the other.
Yes.
We've got a lot of pneumatic systems on board, so you've got air pocket doors, you've got the air entry door. 20 kW diesel generator. Also have you can see this connection for the pressure washer hose.
Yes, sir.
We've got one on each end. 20 kW diesel generator on airbags. You've got a fire suppression system back there in the back. Yanmar engine, which they use those over in Saudi Arabia, running 24/7. So
yeah,
they're a very reliable engine. And Martin is the company that makes the generator.
Yes, sir. Well, let's go take a look inside of this coach.
You bet.
think we found one of the nicest Newell coaches I've ever seen here.
This is a beautiful coach. This is a 2023 show coach that was planned to be a show coach, but it already has a new owner. We've got a huge backlog in our sales. We're backed up for deliveries until July of 24. What we agreed to do was to sell this show coach to a client who is a Newell owner, and the stipulation is that we get to use the coach for display purposes 60 days after the completion date. And so we're getting this one ready to show, and then they'll be taking delivery later in June.
Show us around. What's the story?
Yeah, well, this with the 23 model, we've got some new features. On this particular coach, we've changed the camera views. Actually, it was a customer of ours that gave us the idea.
Shout out to Adam.
I'm talking about Adam. That's right. We've got 3 camera views up here. So that was something that we added on this particular coach. The N1 system, talked about it before, but instead of having the individual fuses, we now have a system that's going to give us the resettable breakers that all you're going to have to do is go in, find that we don't have any problems right now, but if we did have a problem, we would go to whichever one it was, reset it, and it resets automatically. So there's no going down to a fuse panel and having to pull fuses out, replace fuses. It's all done. You can do it here or down below. There's a screen down below as well.
Is there any other major updates to the cockpits? Those 3 screens are definitely new, but what else is going on up here?
In 2020, we redesigned the dash. We've done a couple of things since then. When we redesigned the cockpit area, we were able to smooth out the dash, make it have more touch screen, eliminate a lot of the dials and buttons and switches, and go to a touch screen. You can go into the climate area, camera area. I can control the fan speed and temperature from here. I can control the passenger side as well. Passenger can also control their temperature and fan speed and some of the other functions that you'll find on the touch panel here. Date controls are all here. Leveling system is here and in the area up above. Your mirror control is here as well, so you just decide which mirror you want to operate, and then you can control it with the arrows. It's got heated mirrors as well. iPad allows you to control virtually everything in the coach from any location. You can do it here from the dash area while you're driving, or you can take this outside. We can even use this to extend and retract our slides outside, so we can go outside and see where the slide is in relation to a tree or shrub, make sure we're not going to hit it while we're actually extending it.
And that charges when you put it back on that
It
launch
does.
board.
It does. It's a magnetic charger. The screen in front of the steering wheel has your typical dash gauges and your air system, pressures, RPMs, voltage, fuel, and def. I've got this dial, so I can go to my tire pressure monitoring system. Steering assist, all the Newells have the electronic steering assist as well. I can also change the screen position. So a guy like you that's taller is going to want that screen to go down, because you're going to be sitting at a
Yes, sir.
different height than me, whereas I want it up a little higher.
And I like that Newell badge shifts when you scroll down. It'll pivot it to the top of the screen. Very cool feature.
Absolutely. With it being a mid-entry coach, this whole cockpit area becomes the part of the living room whenever you are parked. So there's not going to be any traffic coming in and going back toward the galley or the bedroom.
And will these chairs spin around?
They do. Let's turn them around.
Yeah, let's see how easy it is. There's the little driver console there with these 2 cup holders, and then you've got a little storage area there, and these slide around very easily. Oh, that was easy. And the driver is an air ride seat, and it will turn around as well?
It is. It will turn around. Actually, I can
Swivel the back other way.
go.
Oh, that was very effortless.
Then you can use this as a console in between. You know, I've had some folks that have been very creative with the mid-entry, and they've made this area kind of an office area. I've seen people use the steering wheel as a platform for a little desk and a laptop. The advantage is you don't have any traffic coming through this area at any time. This becomes a living room that can't be disturbed by people wanting to come in and out of the coach to go to the bathroom or go to the galley or go to the bedroom and back out. So it's very convenient for that.
Yeah, and a lot of room. I've got to take a couple steps back just to give folks a perspective at how big this room is. As we step back, you can see how much room Phil has around him. So really a nice floor plan.
Oh, very, very nice floor plan. And you've got you've got this middle doors taking up space, but with the Newell's platform, it's still got more storage than what you'll find in other brands.
Yeah. Now I see the storage above the cat. Is this a projector coach?
It is. It's got you've got storage on each side of it.
Yes, sir.
And then it's a projector, and then you've got a screen that comes down over here.
And there's the N1 panel. So when Phil touches that, everything lights up. And then what all can you do from that N1 panel?
Well, you can go into the lighting controls there. You've got the home display where you can go in, you can put the dinette base in and out so that you can seat 4 instead of 2.
Yeah.
You've got the master sunscreen and the master shade. We've already got the shades down.
So you just played with the screen a little bit here, and now we've got the projection screen coming down. Will this go to the outside like we've seen on some other coaches?
Yes, it will. And what we'll do, if you wanted to watch it on the inside, we would drop the main shade all the way down so that it would black it out. But if it's at night and you want to basically have a big TV in your window using the projector, you just reverse the image on the projector, turn your sound bar on outside, and you've got the big screen through your window.
Cutting edge Newell option. I don't know of anyone else doing that in the industry.
No,
so
it's really a nice alternative to the bay TV, and if you've got a large group and you've got plenty of room, it gives you another way to view TV.
One other thing I wanted to point out up here that I noticed is the different style of stitching. Usually you guys do like a diamond pattern in the stitching. This is kind of a newer, more updated style, it looks like.
Amber is on top of all the latest and greatest as far as fabrics and the leathers and all the interior materials. And it has a really nice texture to it. And I had not seen it before.
Amber makes your job pretty easy.
Oh, makes it very easy. Just don't ask me what all it is, because she's fantastic.
Now this recliner over here, what's all going on in this part of the coach?
Well, this and the recliner is movable. So if you wanted to move it out, if you wanted to move it over here, and you had a large group watching TV, you could do that as well. It's not stationary. Got some flexibility there. Very heavy duty recliner.
Yeah, absolutely, like a residential style. Looks very cozy. Looks like it could almost be used as like an office area. Exactly. Or what's going on here?
Yeah, we got this tray to come out. Most people are using laptops now, or iPads, or even their phones, but it's got a place for a laptop. These drawers below, you can make them as file drawers. Some people will make a printer tray out of this drawer.
Yes, sir.
So that's a possibility. And we've got storage back here as well. You can see the storage here, and behind there you've got the same kind of storage. One of the things that we do is we make use of every little nook and cranny that we can.
Yeah.
Newell already has a platform that, since we're building it as a motorhome and not converting it into a motorhome, or we're not building a box on a chassis, we're building as a motorhome from the ground up. So that's why you'll have more floor space in a Newell. That's why you'll have flat floor slides in every location if you want it.
We've talked a little bit about the structure of this coach, but what's some of the things that separate Newell coach from everybody else in the industry? I know you have aluminum sidewalls, 7-inch thick floor. What else is going on?
Well, as I said, with the slides, instead of having to build cabinets on top of a step up on a slide, we have the flat floor slides, so we've got the flexibility. to build a full-size dinette versus a breakfast bench that has bar stools on it. We can build the full-size dinette that actually expands.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful flat floors, and I love the finish that they used on this particular coach. Real light colors, a real light feel.
Oh yeah, and I like this. This flooring gives it not just a glossy finish. It's kind of a mixture of the two.
Yeah.
So it's got a little bit of texture to it as well. But as I was saying, the full size dinette can be expanded so that you've even got more room. With the flat floor slides, you can do that. With slides that don't have a flat floor, it's just not possible.
Now the 7-inch thick floor, there's a lot of headroom in this coach. We've talked about that not only in the coach, but also inside of the slide outs here. I'm 6'2", standing completely inside of a slide out and still have headroom.
Right.
And then I have a lot of headroom when I get into the middle of the coach here, and beautiful ceilings, by the way, here. Another great job by the design team. But how do you have a 7-inch thick floor and still all of that headroom?
Well, we've got good storage down below, but we don't have excess storage. A lot of times you'll see in some products where the storage bays are real tall, but a lot of that's not usable. You know, you typically aren't going to see things stacked all the way to the ceiling of a bay because people don't want to have to pull things out and get to the bottom of the stack. Again, we're building the coach from the ground up to be a motorhome. We're not taking something that was meant to be something else and converting it into a motorhome. We're not restricted by what somebody else gives us to use as our platform. We make our platform. So we've got good storage down below. We've got a 7-inch thick floor, and then we've got all this space where it needs to be in the living space.
Yes, sir. And what's the reasoning for having such a thick floor?
Well, you've got more insulation. 6 or more inches of that is just insulation. And then we run some of our plumbing in that floor and foam it back in. So it's very well insulated. You couldn't do that with a 1.5 inch floor.
Yeah. While we're talking, I'm noticing this very large galley. What's all going on in the galley here?
Well, you've got, again, look at all the storage that we're giving you. People are starting to cook in their motorhomes more, I've noticed, and or using their motorhomes. They'll do some cooking outside as well, but using the galley area. And we have people that have very specific designs for even their drawers on where their utensils are going to be. So we
oh yeah, look at that.
We'll build in whatever they want.
Yeah, very deep drawers as well.
And then down below, we always need a place for the trash can. And then we've got storage for cleaning supplies behind that, and storage for trash bags. Storage underneath the sink. And we do have an incinerator, a garbage disposal that goes into the waste tank.
Talking about waste tanks and having a coach that has a garbage disposal that you're able, that's very rare to have that in a motorhome. I'm currently living in a house that has septic, and we don't even have a garbage disposal.
Right.
What are the tank capacities of this coach?
So you've got 142 gallons of fresh water and 142 gallons of waste. We do not separate the gray and the black water. Typically, when you have an arrangement where you've separated those two, you're losing actual capacity, because most of the time the black water doesn't fill up very fast at all, and the gray water fills up quickly. And so we put it all in one tank. That allows you to also avoid the buildup of solids in a black water tank. Some of the reasons that the separate tanks were used were because of state codes, and these states in their infinite wisdom, I guess, decided there needed to be 2 separate tanks. I don't know if that's still the case with every state, but we're not under those kind of rules.
So folks use their their garbage disposals in their coaches and don't have a problem with it?
Yeah, I was on a trip for about a week, and my son was with me, and there were plenty of opportunities to shove stuff down the sink. So,
looks like you have a Wolf induction cooktop.
right.
What other type of equipment is in this coach?
We've got the GE microwave,
Yes, sir.
the Advantium.
And does this coach have a dishwasher?
It does. It actually does. It has the Fisher Paykel. Well, we got to knock 3 times. And then it'll open up.
I love the face of these cabinets, that real light color wood, absolutely stunning with the light color countertops. And there's a window here behind the galley, and I've got to get everybody a close-up of that backsplash. I'm loving the tile work that the team at Newell Coach does
It
here.
really gives some depth. When you look at it, I don't know if you can pick it up on.
Yeah, the
camera.
human eye sees all this stuff differently, but just an incredible look.
And the subtle wood grain in the cabinetry is nice. It keeps it from looking sterile. You can have something light, but keep it from looking sterile. And then it terminates into a bulkhead that has the darker color to complement the grain, if you will, in the cabinetry.
Yeah, so what else is going on in here, sir?
More storage in this area, in this little hutch area.
We've talked about these drawers in previous videos with that locking pin mechanism.
Yes,
they've been using that a long time, but if it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
That's right. That's right. It does the job.
Usually there's a little coffee maker here.
We're finding that people have their own preference when it comes to coffee makers at times. The one we use, the Brewmaster that we've used in the past, is still popular. We'll put it in some, and some we won't. But we're finding that connoisseurs of coffee have their own particular preferences.
Yes, sir. But you still have a little area where you could plug in. There's an outlet hidden back there.
Absolutely.
You could put a coffee maker there and plug it in. But beautiful decor piece that they have there in place of a coffee maker right now. Now this is a bath and a half coach?
It is. All of our coaches are going to be bath and a half unless they're custom ordered, and they don't want one. But as I mentioned before, on the mid-entry, you've got several advantages. We've got the screen door that you can only get on the mid-entry, and the ability to have an awning over the entry door. You've got the setup in the front where you're going to be able to entertain more people in a mid-entry without being disturbed from traffic. Easy load in and load out of the coach, whether it's groceries or clothes. Bringing stuff in and out of a mid-entry is much easier than navigating around the passenger chair. The other thing is, we're the only ones that do it. Because we do build from the ground up, we're able to build the structure to be able to handle the mid-entry and still have 4 slides and still have the flexibility as to where the slides are located.
You were telling me that you have an onboard owner's manual?
Right. As part of the Intrepid system, instead of having to thumb through a bunch of owner's manuals or different owner's manuals or a owner's manual, usually if you have a question about a particular item, you want to know right then. So what we'll do, if you say you're not familiar with what this AGS means, so you'll hit the question mark, and then you'll go over to that question mark, and it'll tell you what the automatic generator start is and how it functions. And then there's some settings. You can't do it from this screen, but it tells you how you can set your automatic generator start, either by time, temperature, voltage. There are different ways to program that.
Yeah, what else
AGS.
is going on this panel?
Well, you can go back. Let's say you wanted to go to the slide controls. Blind controls. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Tap up or down.
Yeah.
So, and then if you had some AV system control questions.
Here's the TV lift up and down. Salon theater mode. I think there's a lot to learn about this coach.
Oh, sure. But you're going to have a great orientation with our team, but a lot of us only retain about 30%. when we go through one of those orientations. But this is a good reminder.
So you're telling me that if a customer buys a coach from you, they can just call your cell phone 24/7?
My cell phone? they can call me, but I'm probably going to refer them to people that know how to fix things a little bit better. No, actually, I can help people through some things if it's just a how-to item.
But if someone does need help in a serious situation, though, you do have the emergency service hotline?
It's a toll-free 24/7 hotline, so that you can call in. You'll reach our answering service, and then they will ask you a few questions, get your coach number, and then they will call the appropriate technician that's on call. Then you should get a call back within 20 minutes.
I've used that service several times, and I was shocked at how well I was treated, even having an older coach.
Oh, sure.
I mean, they had I wasn't getting any attitude from anybody over the phone, so a lot to be said about that. What type of a refrigerator are you using?
We're using the GE monogram. Look at the size of those hinges. Very stout.
Oh yeah, look at that. And it's got a spot there for your wine rack.
Wine rack. Well, I like the capacity. I like the fact that the ice maker is up high instead of down at the bottom. You got some more freezer space here, and then the freezer is actually a much deeper drawer than what we'd had previously. So I like those aspects of it. I like the sturdiness of the those hinges are just super industrial. I've been impressed with it so far. We've used it, I think, three years now.
I see the N1 panel here.
Yes, as part of the N1 system, we've taken all of the tactical switches that we had previously and put them all those functions into a flat screen panel. And it really cleans up the coach. You'll notice when you look at the front of the coach, you only see one switch panel now instead of 4 or 5.
Let's see this half bathroom here behind you. I get excited about these half bathrooms, and absolutely stunning tile work up the side of the coach. Look at that wallpaper. And that looks like an underlit agate countertop as well.
Quartz.
It looks like we got some storage across from your half bathroom
here. Yeah, you've got drawer storage. This is the emergency door release for your pocket door.
Yes, sir.
If you ever needed to open it. Then we've got pantry shelves here.
Yes, sir.
And some people would maybe want to make that into a wardrobe. We're versatile in how we can use things. Some people would use this as a short hang clothes rack, and the bottom part is a pantry. I prefer to see it as a pantry. The LED lighting inside to light.
Oh yeah, very bright all the way to the back of the cabinets. You can still see that beautiful finish there. And not only a lot of headroom in the coach, but a lot of headroom in the doors as well. Some of these coaches that I go into, sometimes I'm 6'2", so I gotta kind of duck my head down,
sure.
But no ducking my head anywhere in a Newell.
No, you've got a good 6-8 inches more headroom than you'll find in some of the other models.
Yeah, now this looks like, is that a fixed TV there?
It is. What we found is that a lot of people prefer to have the storage down below rather than the televator.
Yeah.
So they've got all this storage, and we've done it with, like you see here, with 4 drawers. We've done it with 6 drawers, and it allows the TV to be fixed at a higher point. So when you're laying in bed, you're going to see the TV and not your toes. We see that option more often now than we do the televator.
Okay, and then it looks like wardrobe here on both sides of the TV.
Yeah, you've got. That's something that it's important to look at, not just the wardrobe here, but you've got wardrobe on each side of the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Or shelf space. You can make it either one.
Yeah, and all of these insides of these cabinets are very well lit up and lined with carpet, and I love all the lighting that you guys use. Just absolutely beautiful. Now you do have some space next to your nightstand as well.
You do. Yeah, you've got the nightstand there, and then our coach management system The Intrepid system is on the front side here, and then you have a panel on each side. Got iPad controls for the coach on the other side.
So you can operate most of the coach without ever getting out of bed?
That's right. That's right.
The rear bathroom in this coach is something to get excited about. I'm loving these tile floors. The transition here from the large tiles to the lighter, smaller tiles. Is this another underlit countertop?
It is. The same quartz material. Then you've got the storage up above, the medicine cabinet area.
Good size shower it looks like here. And it looks like they continued that same flooring into the shower. And I love these drains that you guys are doing that are very hard to see.
Yes.
It takes a moment, but when you give everybody a close-up, they can see that drain there in the middle. Phil, you want to give us the shower test? Can you do the full 360?
Yes, I can do the full 360 myself. Yes.
And plenty of headroom. And I really like this particular shower head mounted in the middle of the shower, like a rainforest-style shower head.
And you still have the wand.
And then, are these multiple shower heads as well?
They are. They are. You've got the remote control over here that allows you to turn it on and off and determine which shower head you want to use.
And then you can also control your temperature from that. Now, I want to press the button on, but I don't want to do that to you. You probably wouldn't like me if I did that.
That's all right. I've got the wand.
Yes, sir. Now, with all 5 shower heads, probably good to have in that 143-gallon freshwater tank.
It is. You want to have plenty of capacity.
Now, this coach has 2 water pumps.
Yeah, you have a 110-volt water pump. That's your main pump, and then we have an auxiliary 12-volt pump too, just in case if you were to ever have trouble with the 110.
Yeah, or a lot of people I know, if they're dry camping and they want to conserve water, they just switch that auxiliary water pump.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Now, in the back of the coach there, what do we got going on back there?
Well, more storage.
Yeah, a lot of closet space, and I love these doors, that the pocket doors that.
Yeah, that you can push those in. So you've got a cedar lined closet here, one here, and then there's another area back there where you can put some longer hanging garments.
There's that extra leaf for the table there.
It
looks like.
Yeah.
And then here's the owner's manuals for Newell Coach 1748.
More drawer space.
Yeah.
More space down below. And you'll notice on this floor plan also how we don't have the step up.
Oh,
as
yeah.
we've had on some of our other coaches. We've moved the wall forward slightly, but it enables us to have the step up further back into the bathroom area. So you've got more headroom here, more headroom in the shower.
Yeah.
Than we even had before.
And again, I love these N1 panels deleting all those red and blue lights that we saw in previous years. And this is something that's really catching my eye as well. A beautiful painting by Patsy Lowe that really draws the inside and the outside together. Her artwork is just incredible, the way it brings these rooms together.
She is fantastic.
Yes, sir. If someone's thinking about ordering a new coach or purchasing a pre-owned coach, who should they get a hold of?
Yeah, just give me a call at 541-953-3113 or email me at PhilC@newellcoach.com. I'll be happy to help you, whether it's a new, pre-owned, ordered. As I mentioned, we have some ways to kind of jump ahead of the line if you're interested, so just give me a call.
Phil, greatly appreciate you and the team at Newell Coach. I also greatly appreciate all of you out there on YouTube subscribing to the channel and liking these videos. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
Have a great day. Hope to talk to you soon.